We all know that we have discussed this again and again and again. And I'm saying we have all the speakers have mentioned how the Muslim names are again and again floating in the fake FIR cases and prisoners. Even from the shapes of partition itself, we can see that how Muslims are treated as second-class citizens and how the draconian laws like UAPA, like when you are imposing UAPA, when the state is imposing UAPA, it gives an idea that the person against which this is imposed is a threat to the national security. And it gives an idea that the people who are giving the voice of dissent are something threatening the nation's integrity. And if it is a Muslim name, it gets ensured that the Muslims who are mobilizing against the nation is a threat to the integrity, the democracy, and something like the collapse of the democracy, the idea of collapse of democracy, like these are the words used by the media again and again and again. So we must go through this and understand that how this idea of like now we are speaking for Umar Khalid, we are speaking for Shazil Imam, like we are speaking for so many prisoners, political prisoners, and how the public perceives this. This is a very important question. Normally, like there is a factual ignorance from the part of public. Like they believe that, like they demand, like when Advocate Sharif Alam mentioned, may I have more was a question by Oliver Twist. So the people from the marginalized communities are supposed to be satisfied with what they have. This is like a generosity from the part of the state. We are letting you to live here. We are giving you the opportunity to live here. You should be satisfied. You should not demand. Demanding is not something that is expected from the part of marginalized communities. You are not supposed to demand. If you're demanding is like recognizing our position. Demanding is like recognizing we too have the right to live with dignity. Shazilima was stating that like this is anti-CAA protest is not just against this law, but it is basically against for the right to live with dignity. We too have the right to live with dignity in this country. But this way of demanding the right to dignity from someone like someone Muslim or someone from the other community is that creates a tension in the mind of kids. So we must closely examine this. Normally, when we have this kind of talk, people ask like, you shouldn't be this political. You should be apolitical. You should be objective. So we must understand that there are certain communities in this country who cannot afford to be apolitical, who cannot afford to be ignorant, because this is a part of survival. This is a survival mechanism for certain people. People want to speak, people want to demand their rights. Like when you go through the FIR and when you go through the cases, Umar's case was like basically they were saying some truncated videos from some Godi media. So see, by just saying that he has said this, or by just showing this, like anyone can understand that it is a truncated video, but the popular perception is that it can happen because he's a Muslim. It can happen because it seems like he is a threat to the country. It can happen because it is a threat to the security of the country, which means it is a threat to the majority. So these kind of perceptions from the part of public, these kind of perceptions are leading to the ignorance, and there is a terrorizing normalization. Which like when someone is like people are getting imprisoned and bail is not granted to people, but rapists and like pogrom, the planners of pogrom they get bail, but there is a terrorizing normalization that people feel like this is normal. This is normal to shut down the voices of dissent. It is normal for the state to claim that people like students in the colleges like they are a threat to the nation. It is the public believes or public perceives that it is normal for the police or the state to barge into a university and kick the students of a university. And people think that they perceive that it is normal for the state institutions like state machineries itself to bulldoze the homes of the marginalized community. So we must speak against this normalization. We must speak against how this instinct, this infuses terror in the people of other communities. Like when I read a news report about Bilkis Banu, her husband was saying Bilkis when the rapist was granted bail, Bilkis was like she was so depressed and she didn't want to face anyone. So we must understand how the feeling of ignored, how the feeling of denied the justice. Justice is not something the minority can demand now. Demanding justice is not something you should do. You should be satisfied. So what I believe that, what I think that we must break this idea. We must speak against this idea of being satisfied and content, being okay with the machineries of state, and we must start to question the state and we must start to gather against it. And solidarities. When we are talking about the solidarities are coming with a lot of ifs and buts. Like we will extend our solidarity, but what if? There is no what if when you are extending a solidarity. The solidarities are supposed to be unconditional. When you are talking about a political prisoner, you need to give the unconditional solidarity. We have like a family of Umar here. The family of Siddiq Kapan was here, was talking to the media. And Rehana Kapan, in her interview, she was saying that I was a very normal woman. I was a very normal woman who used to live in the household, who was not aware of the hustles and bustles in the public life. But I was like, I had no other way. I needed to speak up. I needed to speak because my family, because my husband was inside the prison. So it is that like the wife of Atikur Rahman, how she's sick. Like the families of Muslims are not having they don't have the normal life. They can't get the normal life. So we must understand that this is something like this great injustice. We must ideate it. We must gather and we must extend the solidarity. And I extend my unconditional solidarity and from the part of fraternity movement and from the students of Jamia Millia Islamia. And I extend the solidarity to every political prisoner who is behind the bars. Thank you.
आपसे मेरी अपील है कि अगर आपने चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है तो जरूर सब्सक्राइब करें, बेल आइकन भी प्रेस करें ताकि खबरें आप तक बर वक्त पहुंच सकें। मजीद अपडेट्स के लिए आप व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप भी ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं, लिंक डिस्क्रिप्शन में मौजूद है।